Hey guys, this is RRTNG, and this is a video. Yes, this is a Saturday, filming this, and I'm still a bit tired and all that, but I had my coffee, so I'm kind of all the way waking up. Partially I'll drink coffee more coffee later. But today's video is about the questions you're asking me about my disorders the disorders growing up, having control of ADHD, autism, and Asperger's. And funny thing is, all these start with an A, which I thought was pretty interesting. So, but wait! Before we start, I am letting you all know that I'm writing a book, and it will be on Wattpad. I don't know how do you pronounce that. And it's coming out soon. I'm still writing on chapter 1. I'm still writing the chapters and everything, but this is the cover if you want to know what it looks like. Trying to look for it if you want to read it. But right now, I'd probably put like a preview on how the book's gonna go before actually publishing it. But letting you heads up know that that's what's going to be happening later on. And happy Valentine's Day. And I'm going to give, oddly enough, a little birthday shout out to some friends of mine. And also to Jacksepticeye, because his birthday's coming up this week on a Wednesday. A friend of mine, 2 friends of mine from school. Happy birthday to them as well. I forget how old Jacksepticeye is going to be, but I'm pretty sure he's still going to be in his 20s. Pretty sure. And also a friend of mine on DeviantArt, Firepaw. I'm pretty sure they're called, if I remember correctly, that is their DeviantArt name, but there are some numbers at the end of it, but I'm not going to add those. And their birthdays are coming up, is what I want to do a little shout out of. On birthdays of February, the people I know. So, yeah, let's get started. What's it like having autism? I don't know how to pronounce. This is gonna be crappy, rough trying to read this. Samasis? I think that's how you pronounce it. Not entirely sure, but yeah. I'm not good with pronouncing like that stuff. But what's it like having autism? It's a little bit not normal, as people would say, like, oh, you're not normal. Your brain is different from everyone else. As in, there's certain areas now that I'm really, really intelligent of. Like science, I catch on real. Sometimes science. Well, right now science is no. Technology, definitely technology. And then there are some areas that I'm like really not good at, like math, for example. I'm having a B in that class that I know of. I'm not sure if I got a good grade on the test. Hopefully I did, because I took one yesterday on that. But that's examples of like areas that I'm good and not good at. Speaking to people on like something like this, that's fine with. But if I try to speak to people, to the public, I start to pause a lot. I start to maybe stutter, but that's not involving with autism. Usually people with autism tend to be very organized, which as a child I was very, very organized. I had everything had to be in a specific place. Also, as a child, I had problems with pronouncing words. I still have trouble pronouncing words just by looking at it, and I don't know how it would be pronounced. But yeah, there's that. And oh yeah, loud sounds. Okay, this is probably like, oh, why are you putting this on the list? There's a reason why. I'm loud, yet I don't like loud sounds. I mean, if it gets to like a okay, this is kind of dumb, but I don't like vacuums because of the sound mostly. That's mostly why. Cuz growing up as a kid, I was yelled at as a child, and every single time I hear something loud or something yelling, I automatically think, oh, I'm in trouble, because as a kid I was a troublemaker. Unlike now, I'm not. I behave myself. Now I behave, but I was not the best kid in the world, but I was maybe a sweetheart, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't entirely remember what type of personality I have. I have to ask my mom for stories like how I was as a kid, and apparently I was a big, big troublemaker. I did a lot of stuff that's pretty much my parents got me in trouble for. Luckily, it was mostly at home and not at school. Most of those were like, yeah. Oh, I also got kicked out of a daycare because I thought I actually got a cut on my middle finger is what happened, and I was trying to show it to the lady, and it looked like I flipped her off because the cut was on my middle finger. I was just trying to show her where my cut was. She thought I was flipping her off. At that time, I did not know what that meant. I didn't know what the bird was. But having autism was not the fun thing to have, because sometimes I wouldn't register how people's face reactions were, and then I'm like off in my own little world, as my mom puts it. And my mom, I was very sensitive when it came to the light. I like literally had a temper tantrum, like I was possessed, as my mom would put it, from the light, and I just couldn't handle it. And then out of nowhere, oh, are you okay, mommy? And it freaked her out. Next one. Um, J.B. Martin, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, said, ah, just like me. Oh, so he also has some of these disorders. That's interesting. That's nice to know, because I don't have that many friends. I actually don't have any friends really with like mental disorders or anything like that. I know people from my mom is teaching at my school. She's teaching a certain type of class, which she has 4 kids with different disorders. One of them is actually, I know their older brother, which are friends with someone I know from childhood, and he's in 6th grade now. But yeah, and he has, it's either autism or Asperger's. I have to ask my mom on that if he had, but he is the sweetest thing you could ever meet. He's so sweet, and he loves giving hugs. But he asks, how was school like for me? School was not easy. I mean, as a child, when I went to public schools, I was public schooled, homeschooled, cyber schooled, and now I'm private schooled. I've been to 4 different type of schooling in my life. That says a lot. But that's not the reason why. But I was public schooled most of my school life, but I was made fun of a lot as a child. In kindergarten at this certain type of school, which now has a really bad rap for it. I wonder why. But this school, I constantly would go to the office. I would be cranky a lot because